Tonight's headline wasn't a goal or a moment of genius. It was a piece of paper listing a starting 11, and the person whispering about it outside the dressing room was the club's own president. When Xabi Alonso named his side to face Levante, he didn't pick what the script said he would. He picked what he believes the squad needs: minutes, tests, and a show of trust. Fran Garcia starts in a real shirt for the first time. Alvaro Carreras is deployed as a makeshift centre-back alongside Dean Huijsen, who returns from suspension, and Raul Asensio slides into a defensive role on the right. At the midfield rotation, Fede Valverde, Dani Ceballos and Arda Güler given chances to press their claims, and you have a lineup that reads like an experiment and an announcement at once. The visceral reaction to that sheet came from Florentino Perez himself. "I didn't expect it," he admitted when the names were confirmed, a short phrase that lit up social feeds and pundit rooms because it puts the club's two poles, president and coach, into a single frame of tension. It's not necessarily confrontation, but it is drama. The president saying he was surprised, the coach saying he trusts the group. That interplay is the story beneath the map. It signals that Alonso feels secure enough to tinker, or that he feels compelled to because of fixture congestion and a fragile defence, and that the club will allow him to make those gambles in public. Context matters. Real Madrid come into midweek with a perfect record and a weight of expectation. Rotation means risk because the margin for error at the top is small, but it also means opportunity. Players like Fran Garcia, who haven't yet lived the weekly ritual of real pressure, now have the stage to show their more than bench depth. Dean Huijsen's return from suspension gives Alonso a familiar piece to stabilise the backline, even if it forces unconventional switches, Carreras adapting to the centre of defence and Asensio filling unconventional defensive flank. That tactical bricolage tells you two things. First, Alonso trusts his scouts and coaches enough to try new pairings. Second, injuries and load management have forced creativity. There's a tactical reading here that gets into the weeds. Moving Carreras inside to partner Huijsen compresses the defence in build-up and allows the full backs, or a left-side Fran Garcia making a debut to provide width. In midfield, inserting Ceballos and Arda Güler alongside Valverde gives Alonso a mix of control and positional volatility. Those are players more inclined to progress possession with short, intelligent passes and to link with Franco Mastantuono or Vinicius and Mbappé in transition. It's a plan that assumes the team can dominate possession tempo and that the inexperienced pairings will survive the moments of pressure. If it works, Alonso looks like a genius who deepened the squad without buying a headline. If it doesn't, the president's surprise becomes a talking point about prudence and timing. Beyond tactics, this is a message to the dressing room. Giving minutes to the less regular faces tells senior players that selection follows form and work, not just name. It's also a message to rivals and to the market. Madrid can weather bumps because it is built on depth. But that message only holds if the experiment doesn't backfire, if the youngsters don't crumble under pressure, if the centre-back pairing communicates, if the midfield keeps the ball and protects the defence. The biggest risk is not a single goal conceded. The biggest risk is a loss of confidence that leaks out of the squad and into the fan base. That's why a president's surprise matters psychologically. It amplifies the stakes. Finally, think long-term. Alonso's choices tonight will be studied by the board, by agents and by the players themselves. If Fran Garcia looks assured, his price and permanence rise. If Huijsen steadies the back, Alonso gains currency to rotate again. And Florentino, publicly surprised, still voiced trust in the coach. That's crucial. The underlying narrative becomes not just about one match, but about a club negotiating progress, how to expand a winning team without undoing the chemistry that made it win in the first place. Whether that balancing act succeeds will be clearer after 90 minutes, but the story already done tonight is unmistakable. Real Madrid are being tested off the field as much as they are on it, and Xabi Alonso has chosen to make that test visible.